With YouTube demonetizing independent media, please consider becoming a patron today for just $1 per month. Link below. Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Mad channel, and I've been in a relationship now for almost 10 years. So the new wave of dating apps is entirely beyond my scope. Like, I have trouble understanding the allure of Tinder. Although I have friends who have used it and they've told me stories of successes and ultimate failures. There's also Bumble and Grindr and all other apps that are just out there for you to get down, get busy, and get off and over the span of an evening. But Facebook here, Facebook is trying to wade into that territory for some reason. Yeah, I'm not even making that up. Facebook announces a dating feature for meeting non-friends, right? And I think a lot of this has to do with keeping people on Facebook, but we'll get into that here. I just had to talk about this because this is seriously a real what the hell story. So it says Facebook is invading Tinder space with a new set of dating features. It will let people opt in to creating a dating profile on Facebook. It will only be visible to non-friends who have also opted into dating. Facebook will match you by a slew of preferences, and since it has more data on you than any other app, it could deliver more relevant matches. The feature will start testing later on this year. Now, okay, for one, cool. Let's be realistic here, okay? Facebook is trying to keep you on the website. Facebook is trying to find a way to move past the whole Cambridge Analytica thing. Never mind that British Parliament basically sent a letter to Zuckerberg saying, show up willingly, or the next time you come here, you will be dragged here by your ear. And they have more data on you than any other app, so they probably would really be able to create a profile that Match.com and eHarmony with its 60 points of connections or whatever the hell it was could dream of, right? Like they know your likes, they know your dislikes, they know your secrets, they know your fears, they know your fantasies. Things could get very interesting, to be fair. Now it says here, Facebook explains that potential matches will be recommended based upon dating preferences, things in common, and mutual friends. They'll have an option to discover others with similar interests through their groups or events. Now that to me is interesting, and that could actually be used as a way to maybe meet more friends in your area, but platonic and not for the, not for the pelvis grinding. Because that's kind of where I find myself right now. I live in a smaller town. I don't know many people here. I have friends that are either north or south, but locally not too many, and meeting more people would be pretty cool. So if there was a thing like that was for people who have been in relationships and aren't looking to meet some strange, that would be okay. But I understand why they'd want to work on it from a dating perspective first, because, I mean, how many times have you seen ads for like, meet hot, sexy singles in your area, find MILFs to fuck at 2 o'clock in the morning, they're right around the corner from you. It's so easy. It's just click here. We've seen those ads. They exist. Not, I mean, sometimes in a little bit of like the darker parts of the internet, but hey, 2 o'clock in the morning, man, 4chan's pretty active. But the point is, I get what they're up to. Now it says, here's how it works. Opt in, create a profile with just your first name. Your profile won't be visible to friends, users who aren't on the dating feature, and it won't show up in the newsfeed. Now that's good for if you're trying to find some strange, or you don't want your friends to know that you're secretly trying to meet somebody. Again, this is where adultery is going to come into big play here. I do have a feeling we are going to see a lot of adultery stories come out of this particular app, because it's happened many times before. It says you'll browse events in your city and groups that match your interests. You can select to unlock one for dating. You'll then see profiles of other dating users who've unlocked that surface. Again, this should apply to people. They should have dating and non-dating. I just think that'd be better for people who are trying to find couple friends, things like that. If it was me, that's what I would push, but I understand what they're doing. Now it says if you're both, or it says you can browse through people's profiles that show off in a few of their photos, plus some basic information about them. You'll be shown people based upon mutual interests and friends, plus other Facebook data has on you. If you are both interested, you'll be able to start a conversation with someone in a special inbox that's separate from Messenger and WhatsApp. For safety, only text can be sent from now. So they really are trying to keep you from getting caught dating, essentially. Like they are very much trying to segment it away. They want to use the feature. They want people to come on in and date on Facebook, but they also don't want you to be caught dating on Facebook. It's sly. It's also super effective. If I'm being fair here, I think it's a super interesting approach, because that's what people want. They want the anonymity of online dating. They don't want to, be discovered by people that they know. But at the same time, if it's still going to happen. You know what I mean? Like it's still going to happen. Um, I love this here. Tons of marriages start on Facebook already, and tons of marriages end on Facebook. I'd argue at this point more marriages have ended because of Facebook than marriages have began. And I'm being like legitimate here. So there's a big opportunity for the company to build long-term relationship-focused matching. Opposed to apps like Tinder that focus on quick hookups, investors clearly think Tinder is in danger, considering shares of his parent company, Match Group, fell 17% after Facebook announced its entry into dating. And the thing is, though, well, okay, both can exist simultaneously. Tinder is predominantly being used for hookup, right? Millennials are of that age where they want more casual relationships than they want meaningful relationships. That's what the data has shown us. And so Facebook is going to basically try to give you that. Are you tired of Tinder? Are you tired of trying to find some strange to bag some people, get them into bed, and then that's be it? Do you want to move past the 28 guys you've currently slept with through Tinder? You want to find the right guy to settle down with. Facebook dating has you. If anything, it's part of a 1-2 punch. And they should really Tinder should play that up, right? Call it like pre-Facebook dating. You're pre-gaming for Facebook. Call it that. You know, it's like you got to kiss some toads to find a prince, right? Play that angle, and I think it could actually see an increase. It's kind of a scummy way of doing it, no question about it. But to me, it's kind of funny. It says, still the question is whether Facebook has built enough barricades between its social network and its new dating feature. Users might find it creepy to do it all in one app, and if they get burned by bad experience, either in the dating chat or offline, they could blame Facebook. Still, as Facebook Chief Product Officer Chris Cox explained, dating was always a natural fit for Facebook thanks to its ubiquity data and trusted platform for identity. At the very least, you'll be a lot less likely to get catfished on FaceDate, and that is so true. Now, again, as I said at the beginning of this, I've been in a relationship for nearly 10 years. For me, it was like way back in the day, was like trying to meet people through MySpace, right? And like trying to, I've gone on Craigslist dating. I've done Match. I've done eHarmony. OkCupid, I think for a little bit. Plenty of Fish netted me a girlfriend for a brief amount of time. I mean, like I've done all those things, and they all are horrible. They're just horrible. The UI design of the website is scummy. The people on there, you don't quite know what they're up about, what they're up to. I've lots of prostitutes get on there, and everything else, trying to find the lonely men who are willing to pay out for a special in-call visit. Bring some roses. That means money, but there's that. So I look at this whole thing and I think this could actually be okay. I know people out there are where we are right now. They're very upset with Facebook as a whole. They don't want the Facebook having the data that it has. But at the same time, there are people out there that might go, well, they've already got my data. And if they can build a comprehensive profile based upon my interests and it's compatible with somebody else's interests, that could be something that works. However, it could also be popped on the other side of this because people post their interests on there. What if let's say, for example, you've got Mark and you've got Betty. Okay, Mark knows Betty in real life, knows Betty is single, has a huge crush on Betty, doesn't necessarily have the balls to kind of ask her out, maybe slightly kind of e-stalking her a little bit, finds out through the grapevine that she's using Facebook dating. He then goes and scrapes her entire profile, looking at all of her likes, all of her interests, and then he tailor makes his profile to essentially be a one-to-one copy of hers, maybe with some minor variations to make it not look like he's attempting to play that particular angle. Then Mark goes on Facebook dating. They have mutual friends. They connect. Like, oh, you like The Notebook? I love The Notebook. I can't believe the movie is as good as everyone says, like, and then Mark uses the data that Betty's made available and his knowledge of her in order to concoct a profile that would ultimately trick her. Now, that's a far out there thing. That's a far out there speculation, but it could happen. There are people out there that I know that would do this kind of thing. They would find a way to manipulate the other party because the other party may not be thinking that someone out there is going to try to do that. And if it's a friend of a friend, it's kind of a close connection. It's kind of a meet cute scenario, and it could be cute for a story. Like, oh, how did you two meet? Well, I was so dumb, but I mean, like, I was just out of a relationship, and Mark here was out of a relationship, hadn't dated in a while, and we both just ended up on Facebook dating, and we have mutual friends, and I didn't realize we had so much in common, and neither did he. And then, we just clicked. but the whole time Mark's playing a game, right? It's something to consider. They already have the data. What if you're able to take that data and use that data that's made publicly available as a way to tailor your profile, not so much to catfish, but to maybe kind of trick? It's a thought. It's very much a thought, and that could be a problem. Now, granted, I'm probably thinking the far ends of this that a lot of people aren't going to do, but I think these things need to be considered. I've seen catfish, and I also know about a lot of dating horror stories in that regard. But anyway, I do want to know what you guys have to think about this. Do you think that this is going to be a good idea? Do you think this is going to be a bad idea? Do you think Facebook is going to be able to pull it off? Do you think people are going to want to give them more data, considering the Cambridge Analytica thing and all the delete your Facebook stuff that had gone on? Do you think Facebook is going to find a way to make money out of this and everything else? Or are they doing this as a way to keep more people on the site, as a way to try to further build or rebuild the trust with the younger single market? This is my question to you. Be sure to let me know in the comments below. My name, of course, is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel. If you haven't already, please thumbs up the video, subscribe, check back often for more content from me. If you want to support the channel, the best way to do that is to watch videos, or Patreon. $1 per month really does help out. And if you just want to see more from me, and I hope you do, you can do so right now. Hey, thank you very much for watching the video. Be sure to hit that subscribe, click on that bell, and follow me on social media. It's the best way to stay up to date on all things Mundane Matt, as well as check out 3 Buck Theater and the Russell podcast, streaming Sunday through Thursday, 9:30 p.m. on russell.net. Thanks very much and have a great day.